Greetings, Earthlings. This is David Smith coming to you live with another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. So today I would like to talk with you about manufacturing consent and how public opinion can be shaped and manipulated so that the government can then take steps that they desire to take without the public viewing them in a negative light. So, I'm no spring chicken. My whole life we've had an enemy. It used to be the Russians. Then it was the war on drugs. Now it's the Muslims. It's always somebody, and these enemies have never panned out, and it's always been proven to be a cloaking or a smokescreen for a massive, fraudulent conspiracy. Vietnam, the CIA was smuggling tons of heroin out of Cambodia and Laos. They weren't even supposed to be in those countries. The drug war, the government confiscated tons of property and made a ton of money that way. And then the whole Iran-Contra thing with smuggling cocaine into this country, selling that to buy weapons to fund the Sandinistas in the war in El Salvador. So our country has a huge history of manufacturing consent. 9/11 being the grand poobah of all false flag operations. I'm going to give you a list of movies at the end of this that I recommend if you don't believe that our government could do this. Look up the Tuskegee experiment, look up MK Ultra, look up the Gulf of Tonkin incident, and check out Oliver Stone's The Untold History of the United States, Episode 3. Anyway, 9/11 gave us the pretense to invade any country with or without reason. Preemptive strikes. So why did we go into Afghanistan? Well, it just so happens they had like the fourth largest reserve of natural gas and oil in the entire world. Booyah. Who did we put in charge of Afghanistan? Ahmed Karzai, the ex-head of Unocal, who came up with a plan for an intercontinental gas pipeline called the TAPI pipeline. Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India. That's all the countries it goes through. So we put Ahmed Karzai in place as a puppet leader of Afghanistan. Why? Because he's going to hook us up with this pipeline deal, and we're trying to circumvent. Enter Iran. We're trying to circumvent a deal that Iran and Pakistan made to do the pipeline. But we don't want that because then we wouldn't get our cut. So enter Iran, right? That's why Iran's in the news. Why did we invade Iraq? Well, Iraq's oil fields were nationalized, so we weren't getting a cut of that. Turns out, not only did Iraq have, one of the largest oil supplies in the world, we discovered unknown oil fields that were the largest in the world. So ka-ching. Iraq is now privatized for the first time since the 1970s. That's why we invaded. Libya. Why did we invade Libya? They have a huge natural gas and oil supply. And oddly enough, right after we invaded our military action there, BP Oil did the largest deep offshore oil rig ever in the world, way deeper than the Gulf of Mexico. So, disaster waiting to happen there. And if you don't believe that, like I said, if you don't believe the U.S. is capable of this kind of stuff, check out a few of these movies. Check out Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Check out Oliver Stone's Untold History of the United States. Check out Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. A&E for 9/11 Truth. These are all available on YouTube or Netflix. I've seen them on YouTube. And No End in Sight. This one's really powerful. It's about how we set up our presence in Iraq to fail, to create anarchy in order to give us a reason to maintain a presence there, which is actually just an excuse to maintain a stronghold in the area. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. This has been another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. Peace out.